Earlier on this week, I put out a poll on YouTube asking you what you'd like me to teach you in this video, and the result was pretty unanimous. So in this video, I'm going to show you
the ultimate piano warm-up routine.
This is the routine I do every single day. So if you're looking for some scales, finger exercises, and things to get your fingers really moving over the keys, then this is the video for you. Let's dive in. Hello, welcome back to the Keys Coach YouTube channel. My name's Adam, and in this video, I'm going to show you the routine I use every single day to get my fingers warmed up on the piano. This video is a tutorial video. In other words, I'm going to take you through each exercise and really show you how each one works. But if you'd rather just play the whole routine from start to finish, each exercise one after another, I've put together a whole video where I just go through the whole routine in real time. So you can go and click that. It's down in the video description. You can go and try that out over there. But I'd highly recommend going through this tutorial first to get all of these different exercises into your playing. So a really important part of any piano routine is to do some stretches. Now, I'll be honest, this is the part of a kind of piano warm-up routine I often forget to do and I often miss out, but it's really, really important. So I'm just going to show you some of the stretches that I do. It's a bit like doing any kind of physical exercise, whether that's going for a run or going to the gym. You should warm up and do some stretches before you start, and it's exactly the same playing on the piano. So the first stretch you're going to do, you're going to hold your left arm out to start with like that, just with your hand at like a 90-degree angle to your arm. You're then going to just pull back on your fingers, and we're going to hold that for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't pull back too hard, but you should just feel a bit of a kind of stretch here. I really feel that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to flip your hand over, and you're going to do exactly the same the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Okay, give that one a shake out. We're going to do the same thing with the other hand. You're going to pull back here on your right hand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to flip back over that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you don't want to pull back too much, but you should be able to really feel that round here in your wrist. Now we're going to lock our hands together, and we're going to push out like that, and just do a big old stretch like that. You should really feel that. Hold that for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. There we go. It's not a huge stretching routine, but it really does help just to get that blood flowing, get that circulation going, and get your fingers a little bit warmer. Okay, let's move on to the next stage. So let's look at a scale. Now today we're going to look at the C major scale, which is all the white notes. And I'm going to teach you the proper fingerings for each hand. This is really, really important to get these fingers. Sometimes you can find yourself doing all kind of weird fingerings, different on the way up to the way going down. It's quite a good idea to be consistent with the fingers that you're using. So I'm going to show you the fingers I use and a lot of people use when they do the C major scale. We're going to start off with our right hand. I start on my thumb and it goes 1, 2, 3. Then you do this thing called thumb under. So you're going to put your thumb under onto the F and then you go up like that, all the way down the fingers to finger 5. So it essentially goes 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4. Now if you're doing 2 octaves, you're going to go back under with your thumb. So I'll show you this. 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, thumb under, 2, 3, thumb under, all the way up to 5. See that? Now coming down, you're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 over, 4 over, 3 over. I'll do that once more for you coming down. So you go, start off on your 5th finger at the top, 3 over, 4 over, 3 over. I'll play that whole thing. So let's do the left hand. So we're going to start on our 5th finger, and we're going to go all the way up the fingers to our thumb. Now your finger 3 goes over here. See that? And then it means that your thumb ends up nicely on that top C. So let me show you that again. 3 over. Okay, now we're going to go over with our 4th finger. If we're going to do 2 octaves. and then third finger again. I'll do all of that. 3, 4, 3. Coming down, thumb under, thumb under, thumb under. It's just thumb under all the way down. I'll do the whole thing 2 octaves. So if I now put hands together, now, some of you might be really familiar with the C major scale fingerings already. Some of you might just need to spend a bit of time getting a bit more secure. But to help you with every single exercise we're going to cover today, I've put together a free PDF lesson book, which you can download by clicking the link in the video description. It contains the notation for every single exercise, and I suggest you print it out and you actually have it in front of you while you're doing this routine, because it will really help just make sure you're using the right fingers and using the right notes and all these different kinds of things. So yeah, go ahead and grab your copy. The link is in the video description. Okay, so let's now actually have a go at warming up using this scale. Now I'm going to do this hands together, but if you want to simplify it, you can do it hands separately. We're going to play this scale with a track using quarter notes. Okay, so that means we're going to play a note every beat like that. Yeah, some of you might know that as crotchets, quarter notes, whatever's your terminology you use. So let's have a go at now doing that with the track. So there we were playing one note on every beat. That's quarter notes or crotchets, depending on the terminology you use. Let's now have a go at playing eighth notes. Okay, so we're going to play 2 notes on every beat. This is also known as quavers. Let's have a go, 2 notes on every beat. Let's go again. So that was eighth notes, also known as quavers. And it's really important here, really try and lock in with the groove. That's the most important thing about this. This is why I've created these tracks, because you have to listen to the drums, lock in with the hi-hat. They're all of the skills we're practicing for when we actually play in a band or play in whatever it is we're doing. It's about locking in with the rhythm, playing as in the pocket as possible. Okay, now let's try the same thing with 16th notes, which are also known as semiquavers. So we're now going to play 4 notes on every beat. It's going to sound like this. This is quite fast, but let's give it a go. We're going to do this 4 times. So that last one there might seem a little bit fast, but what you can do is just do hands separately, and that might make it a little bit more secure. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play all of those through. We're going to go crotchets, followed by quavers, followed by semiquavers, or quarter notes, followed by eighth notes, followed by 16th notes. Let's do them all. So quarter notes first. Coming down. Okay, eighth notes, here we go. Let's go again. 16th notes, here we go. Again. Remember, all of those exercises you can do hands separately if you're finding it a bit difficult to put hands together. Okay, let's move on to the next stage. So we're now going to look at what we call a Hanon exercise. These were written in about 1873, so they're quite old, but they're so useful. They're really great for kind of finger dexterity, and I actually find these exercises quite nostalgic because this is what I used to do every single day when I was first starting out. So yeah, these are the Hanon exercises, and I'm going to show you how it goes in the right hand. So you're going to start with your thumb on the middle C, and what you're going to do is you're going to put your second, third, fourth, and fifth fingers on the E, F, G, and A. So do you see that? That's the shape you want to make. It's not a particularly nice sound when you put them all together. Or it might be, I don't know. But you're going to put them like that, and you're going to go C, E, F, G, A with the fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you come back down. Now, when you get to there, rather than your thumb playing the C again, it's going to play the D. And then you repeat the whole pattern. See that? All the way up. Till you get to the top. It's really important with these exercises, and it sounds quite obvious, but as one finger goes up, the next finger has to come down. So you don't want to kind of have any gaps. For example, you don't want it to sound like this. It's not that. It's got to be smooth. See that? It's a seamless transition. All the way up. Let me show you the same thing in the left hand. So you're going to start with your fifth finger on the C, and your fourth, third, second, and thumb is going to go on the E, F, G, and A. So again, that's the shape you're going to play. And you do the same thing as in your right hand. But then your little finger goes up to the D, and the E, you might just want to just pause the video and get that a bit secure. On the way down, let me show you how it works. So I'm going to go back to my right hand. At the top, we ended up with this. See that? And we ended up with our thumb on the C. Now, on the way down, we basically do the opposite. Watch this. Do you see that? So all that's happening each time is our little finger is the one that's moving. Move. Move. See, this finger's moving down. Like that. We end up there. Same thing in the left hand. It's our thumb that's moving down. Do you see, each time I'm going between each shape, the thumb is gradually moving across to the next note it's going to play. Watch. Move. Play. Do you see that? It just gradually moved to the F. Okay, so let's have a go at putting this hands together. Now, if you're still getting that secure, do it hands separately. I'm going to do hands together with the slow version of the track. go again. Coming down. So once again, really try and lock into the groove here. Really try and play as in the pocket as possible. It's so important just to be as precise as you can with this exercise. Let's have a go at doing the faster version, okay? So if you're still struggling to sort of get that really secure, maybe skip this one. But this is the faster version of the same exercise. Let's go again, one more time. Yeah, that's quite fast. But that's a really great exercise for getting those fingers moving over the keys. This next exercise is designed to work on something called finger independence. Now, this is so important as keys players. We often need to be able to do different things with all our fingers, whether that's hold down one note in, say, our thumb and then play a more stabby thing with our little finger. We need to have that independence. Our hands need to have the sort of function to be able to do that. And this exercise works on exactly that. Now, I don't know if you know, but your fourth and fifth finger on both hands is connected with the same tendon, so it's slightly weaker, and this exercise is designed to strengthen those fingers in particular. You're going to begin by putting your thumb on a C and your little finger on a C an octave above. And what you're going to do is you're actually going to walk these two fingers. Watch this. See that? These two fingers are just going to alternate between a C and a B. And because these two fingers are connected on the same tendon, you might feel that this is actually, that's actually quite hard if those fingers aren't particularly strong. So that's something really to work on. Maybe take it a little bit slower at first. And what we're going to do as we're doing that is we're going to move our thumb up a note each time. And I'll show you the whole pattern. So it goes like this. See that? Now there's a little bit extra. We then switch to our second finger on the G, our third finger on the A, and then we come back down, back to the thumb. See that? I'll do all of that once more for you. Switch to the second finger, third finger, back to the second, thumb, all the way down. Now you might find as you're doing this that your thumb is kind of also playing like short notes rather than holding it down. It's really important that you actually get the different kind of sounds. So you're holding this one down, but this one's moving. And that is really working on your finger independence because your hand, different parts of your hand are having to do different things. Let's now try that exercise with the track. Go again a bit faster. Let's do the same thing in our left hand. So again, we're going to put our thumb on a C and our little finger on a C an octave down. And again, the fifth and the fourth fingers are going to move. This time between a C and a D. See that? I'll do that once more. you might find that your left hand is slightly weaker than your right hand. It's really strange. I'm actually left-handed, but my left hand is kind of weaker on the piano, I often find, than my right hand. I don't quite understand why that is. If you know why that is, drop a comment down below. So move your thumb down. Second finger. Third finger. Back to the top. Let's now try it with the track. A little bit faster. The great thing about these exercises is when you're doing them, you notice little inconsistencies in your hand. Like as I was doing that there, I was thinking to myself, wow, that left hand actually needs a bit of work. So yeah, I think I know what I'm going to be doing after this video. Okay, let's jump into the next stage. So we're now going to look at some triads. We've done some work on scales, finger dexterity, finger independence, all of that good stuff. But it's now time to look at the stuff that we play the majority of the time on piano, which is chords. And the way we're going to do this is by using something called the circle of fifths. Now we're going to start off by going anti-clockwise around the circle, then we're going to go clockwise around the circle. Let's start with our left hand. We're going to play the root and fifth of every note going anti-clockwise around the circle. So we're going to start off at the top with C, and we're just going to go around. The next one will be F, and the fifth is a C. Do you see that? If you want to simplify this, you can just do the root note. But if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, do the root and the fifth. Let's try it just in our left hand, going anti-clockwise around the circle of fifths. So we're now going to go clockwise around the circle. We're going to go back the other way. So we're going to start again with C, and then go to G, D, A, and so on. So that's the left-hand part. Now let's have a look at the right-hand part. We're going to be using what we call a two shape for this. So I take the major triad and I add in the second. And we're going to do that on each of the different chords as we move around. Let me show you what that sounds like. We're now going to go the other way around the circle and we're going to reverse the pattern. Watch this. G. See that? Now in the free PDF lesson book, which is down in the video description, I've written this whole exercise out for you in notation. And while that's really useful to read that through, try and move away from that as quickly as possible. A better way to do this exercise is to actually just look at the circle of fifths. And the reason for that is because you're going to be making connections between what you're playing on the piano and like a chord symbol or a root note, rather than kind of just reading the notes that are written on the stave. So you're actually having to do a lot of the kind of mental work yourself. So maybe have a go at reading it through with the notation, but as quickly as possible, try and do this exercise just using the picture of the circle of fifths and see how far you get. Let's have a go at putting both hands together now. So we've got our root and fifth in the left hand, and then we've got our little two shape with the root, the second, the third, and the fifth in the right hand. Let's have a go. So now we're going to come down, we're going to go back the other way around the circle. Here we go. You might be thinking to yourself, why are we using the circle of fifths to practice this stuff? Well, a lot of music tends to move in these kinds of patterns, either up a fifth or down a fourth. So it's really good if we can incorporate that into our kind of warm-up, because when we then come to play different songs, a lot of these patterns are going to be in there and we will have already practiced them. Okay, so the final exercise we're going to do as part of this warm-up routine is probably the most challenging, so strap yourselves in. What we're going to do is we're going to take a melody up through the chromatic scale, okay? It's quite a syncopated melody, it's quite chopsy under the fingers, but we're going to take it up through that chromatic scale. So I'm going to start off by showing you the phrase. Now there's a lot going on there. Let me play it for you once more. And the most important thing is the rhythm here. So if that's our beat, the rhythm goes ba ba da ba 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 da da. That's the first half. I'll do that again. Ba ba da da ba 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 da da. And the second half is ba ba da 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 ba. Do you see the last note comes on the beat? Ba ba da ba 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 ba. So the whole thing is ba ba da ba 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 da 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 da. If I sing it as well, it goes dum 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 ba. I'm not a fantastic singer, but it's so important to sing these things because what you're doing is you're getting it into your inner ear rather than just under your fingers. It's so important. Do have a go at singing that back. Let me show you what it looks like on the piano. Go again. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that phrase up chromatically through each note, right the way through the whole of the chromatic scale. We're going to play it twice on each note. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you what this sounds like. Some of these keys are a little bit more fiddly than others, so it might be a case of actually pausing the video and just really trying to get a few of these keys really secure. But let me show you the whole thing. Here's the whole pattern. So we're going to start in C. Up to D flat. That's so much harder than it looks, honestly. Oh, man. Yeah, well done if you got to the end of that. Really, really good. I think I need to do some work on that as well. But it's just a little fun way to end the warm-up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you found it useful. If you think you've got all of these exercises quite secure under your fingers, head over to that other video where I play the entire routine back to back, each exercise one after another. It's quite challenging, but it's such a great warm-up. I've found this warm-up routine, I've been using it for years. It's so useful, so I hope you find it really valuable too. Do head over there and have a go at playing the routine all the way through, back to back. And if you want to get that free PDF download, which contains the notation for every exercise I've covered in this video, the link is in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. So fast. This is so hard. See. I'm gonna have to do that again. Jeez, that was so bad. I'm gonna do another take.